Yeah, now I'm digging it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, right. Ooh, right there, George.
You know what it's like to be a man?
Oh yeah, that's the spot. Oh.
That's a clip from a family movie. You may have seen Drew Gooden's video called Peacock's Insane Christmas Movies, where he talks about a movie called Alone for Christmas, also known as Bone Alone, which is basically Home Alone, but with a dog instead of a kid. That is not the movie I'm gonna talk about today. There's another movie that's basically Home Alone but with a dog, and that one is called The Dog Who Saved Christmas. Like the original Home Alone, this movie is about a rich family with a big house that leaves for Christmas while someone stays behind at the house and then has to protect it from two burglars. There's a scary neighbor who later turns out to have a heart of gold, and also like in Home Alone, the home invasion doesn't happen until the last 1/3 of the movie. Yeah. If you never noticed, in the original Home Alone, the part where Kevin defends the house from the two burglars, you know, the part that everyone remembers the movie for, that's only 15 minutes long. Most of that movie is just like Kevin goofing around. This is the first movie in a whole Dog Who Saved franchise. This same dog has saved not only Christmas, but also Easter, Halloween, and the holidays. I don't know if that means he saved all the holidays. Like, does he save the whole Earth from a meteor or something? So this movie stars not Kevin James as George Bannister. Dean Cain plays the weirdly good-looking burglar, and Joey Diaz plays the fat burglar. And if you're asking, he's fat? Does that mean there's going to be cheap jokes about him being obsessed with food and farting a lot? Here's your answer.
Like that time on the Smith Street job when I walked in on you and you were raiding the refrigerator.
They got hot chocolate and marshmallows and cookies.
The movie also stars holiday hunky boy Mario Lopez as the voice of the dog.
I could really go for some of that stew right now.
They brought Mario Lopez onto this movie for his voice. I mean, I'm a straight dude, so I don't really care, but I'm just saying, if you get Mario Lopez to be part of your project, you put the man on screen. It's just basic marketing. The movie first aired on ABC Family as part of the channel's 25 Days of Christmas slate of programming, which they remind you of by showing a bus stop ad for 25 Days of Christmas in the opening of the movie. Do you really need to advertise the thing people are already watching? So the movie starts with a homeless dog named Zeus who decides to turn himself into the Pound.
I had about all I can take here on these streets. I think I'm gonna turn myself into the dog catcher.
And we start to learn little tidbits about Zeus's past, and we learn that he used to work with cops. I'm sorry, he used to be a cop.
I'll be fine. I used to be a cop.
That would be so weird if you like got pulled over by the police and it was a dog that walked up to your window and he leans in and just like licks your face.
I used to save people's lives for a living. Really? Tell us. One time I rescued this steel mill worker from a fiery inferno.
That's cool, but who's the idiot that sent the police to a fiery inferno instead of the fire department? What the hell are cops gonna do?
All right, fire! If you don't put yourself out, we're gonna shoot! You asked for it, fire!
So we're introduced to the Bannister family, who have recently moved into a new house. The dad, George, who is not Kevin James. Hey guys, it's Jason's editor, Jason. I'm also Jason. We're the same person. So I kept calling this guy not Kevin James because he looks so much like Kevin James, and I discovered there's a good reason for that, which is that the actor Gary Valentine is Kevin James's brother. In my defense, I didn't realize that because they don't have the same last name. But yeah, that's why they look so similar. And you'll be happy to know that, like his brother Kevin, Gary has continued the family tradition of making awkward-looking smirks in photo shoots. Anyway, back to the video. The dad George, who is not Kevin James, and his wife Belinda are trying to rush a bunch of presents into the house before their kids get home.
Hey!
Well, hey, what's up with your back?
Sciatica.
I think the implication here is they're trying to rush the presents into the home because they don't want their kids to realize that Santa isn't real, which makes sense for the daughter because she looks like she's probably 6 years old. But the son is definitely way too old to believe in Santa Claus, or at least I think he is. He's one of those people where I can't tell if he's 15 or 50. Outside, the two burglars of the movie pull up and pick the Bannister house as their next target. The next day, George sees in the newspaper that one of the houses in their neighborhood got robbed.
328 Red Maple. Honey, isn't that the Johnson's house? They were robbed.
That's it, George. We have to get that alarm.
You don't have an alarm for your house? So when you moved into your new house, your shopping list had inflatable snowman on it, but not home alarm system. So the kid Ben suggests that they could get a dog for Christmas instead of an alarm.
Hey, you know, I think we should get a dog for Christmas.
A dog!
Daddy, can we?
And everybody gets real excited about the idea, except Mom. Boring, no fun, stinky Mom doesn't want a dog.
What do you think, hon?
We have already talked about this, George. I barely have enough time as it is since I went back to work.
You're a seamstress and you work here at home.
I am a costume maker. How am I going to take care of a dog when I have 15 wigs to weave before New Year's Eve?
I could, weave some of those wigs with you.
He doesn't have much respect for his wife's job if he thinks he could do it with no practice. It's a woman job. How hard can it be? I'll do it twice as fast. By the way, did anyone else have these chairs growing up? My parents had those exact same chairs when I was a kid.
Promise me, you will not buy a dog before we have had a chance to talk about it again.
Promise.
Thank you.
She fell for it. She trusted me just because I'm her husband and she thinks I'd never lie to her. What an idiot. Lying to your wife is awesome, right fellas? Come on, fist bump. That's how guys fist bump. They punch each other's fists. That hurt!
I think I'm ready to adopt.
Well, I'm Benny. Nice to meet you, George. You want to adopt a dog? Today we're running a special. You adopt one dog, you get another one for free.
What kind of animal control center is this where they run specials on the animals? Yeah, we're running some holiday specials. All animals with rabies are half off. Rabbits are buy one, get 100 free. And tell you what, since it's the holidays, if you adopt today, I'll throw in a coyote, no extra charge.
Oh, that's okay. If I ever brought home 2 dogs, the wife would put me in the pound.
We can use another dog around here, huh?
Why would a pound need dogs? Aren't they trying to get rid of them? Does the pound have like a weekly dog quota? The supervisors are like, I want at least 10 new dogs in this pound by the end of the week. So the guy's just like desperately looking for new dogs to put in there. He just like steals someone's dog out of their yard. He tries to dress up a possum in a dog costume to try and fool his supervisors.
Those are a little excessive at the bars.
Has to be, man. Got some of the most highly profiled dogs right behind these bars. I mean, they're mentally just challenged as far as who to bite.
Excuse me, I don't think that's what mentally challenged means.
He looks like a bulldog right all in the face.
I think this actor was high when they filmed this. So this is where we learn one of the big conflicts of the movie, which is that Zeus can't bark due to some past trauma.
If I could only bark to get his attention.
What about that one?
To be honest, I'd never heard him bark. The only thing I can tell you about Zeus is, used to be a former police dog, Canine cop. Got a plaque, couple awards.
How does he know all this? Zeus just wandered into this pound off the street. Did he like turn himself in along with all of his awards in a sack? So George decides that Zeus is the dog he wants and he takes him home.
You're gonna love the family, buddy. Kara, my little daughter, and Ben, he's our son. He's a little older than Kara. Probably 4 or 5 years, not really sure.
Wow, I thought this guy was just a bad husband. Turns out he's a bad father too. He lies to his wife. He can't remember his son's age.
Hey everybody, look what I got! A dog!
So George and his wife Belinda get into a big argument because he brought a dog home when he told her that he wouldn't.
The kids wanted a dog! For your information, I am thinking about the protection of our home.
Oh, you are?
He is a certified, award-winning canine police dog.
And he keeps trying to make this argument that a dog is better than them just having an alarm.
It just seems like an alarm would be so much safer and easier.
All right, these canines are so highly trained, they're practically self-sufficient.
And also, dogs don't need as many batteries. I just put 4 fresh batteries inside him. He'll be good for like a year. You know what's also practically self-sufficient? An alarm. Belinda's making complete sense here. I totally agree with her. But after a lot of back and forth, George eventually convinces her to see things his way. By the way, quick question. What the f is this thing on the kitchen table? Is that a Christmas coffin? I don't know if this is like a rich person thing to have a giant wooden box on your kitchen table, but I have never seen this before. So Zeus basically acts like a dog, drinking out of the toilet, causing messes, and generally being a nuisance.
Ooh, gingerbread! I love me some gingerbread!
Look at Zeus, he could do.
Wow, most dogs have to be taught how to jump up on you and try to eat your food. But Zeus is just naturally annoying. And then we get this creepy scene of George taking a bath with Zeus.
There we go, Zeusy. Is that better?
I think I'm starting to see now why Belinda didn't want him getting a dog. She wasn't concerned about the hassle. She was concerned about his inappropriate relationships with dogs. She's like, George, I just don't trust you around dogs. Not after what happened last time. I mean, I've heard of people being dog lovers, but there's a line for God's sake. Then we get this montage of Zeus being integrated into the family. They're playing catch with him, dressing him up for Christmas, trying to teach him how to read. Ooh, rejected for a kiss by your own wife. You know, I can't blame her. His breath probably smells like a dog's mouth after making out with Zeus. Dude, you know, you don't have to do everything the dog does. He's gonna start like drinking out of the toilet bowl too, eating dog food, barfing up the dog food, and then eating the barf. And Zeus responds to all this love and affection from the family by destroying their property. Then there's this sequence where the family hires a guy to pretend to break into the house to see how Zeus responds, and he fails.
I think we're being robbed! George! It's not working! Ooh, ribeye. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. Me. Ooh!
George, Belinda, he's the worst case scenario.
Are you saying that the dog is never gonna bark?
I'm saying there's nothing I can do except recommend a psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist? Oh, for Zeus.
He says that like a dog psychiatrist makes sense.
He failed the steak test, guys. You're gonna need a miracle worker to turn that dog around.
You know, in fairness, it was a ribeye steak. It's literally one of the most expensive cuts of steak. Even a human would fall for that. You know, why use such an expensive cut of meat for this test? He's a dog. You could have used a chunk of moldy meatloaf and he would still eat it. So after Zeus fails the home break-in test, George and Belinda get into another argument about whether to keep him.
Okay, so then why don't we get a psychiatrist like Franz suggested?
Why are you so attached to this dog?
Because he's underestimated, and I know exactly how that feels.
I think you might be the one that needs a psychiatrist, dude. So the kids eavesdrop on their parents arguing about Zeus, and they come up with a plan.
I have an idea.
Good.
They go and pull out their Teach Your Dog to Bark CD and start playing it for Zeus. Did they have this CD before they had a dog? Do they listen to that for fun?
Okay, kids, what CD do you want to listen to?
Teach your dog to bark! Teach your dog to bark! Oh, not again. Sorry, hon, it's what the kids want to listen to. I thought you want to listen to actual music? Yeah! Why do we even have this CD? We don't own a dog. And why wasn't this the first thing they tried when they discovered Zeus can't bark?
Come on, come on, come on. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Come on, ruff, ruff. Come on, ruff, ruff, ruff.
This CD has to work. It's how we learn to bark. They then notice the scary cat lady who lives next door.
Ricky Jameson says the cat lady hates dogs so much that she calls the pound up to make more room for cats.
I heard that she hates dogs so much that she called the pound on her own dog.
So with Zeus failing to prove himself to be a worthy watchdog, things finally come to a head when he accidentally knocks over the family's gingerbread house.
Oh, yes!
No, Zeus, get back! Yeah!
Which for Mom is the last straw.
We spent 2 weeks making that gingerbread house.
George finally resigns himself to the fact that Zeus isn't working out and they're gonna have to let him go.
Belinda thinks it's best if we tuck you back to the pound. We're actually running a little late to Grandma's house. So
No, George, wait.
I'm gonna have to take care of all this in the morning. Hey, kids!
You can't leave me, it's Christmas!
Come say goodbye to Zeus.
As the family prepares to go to the grandma's house for Christmas, the two burglars from earlier, Ted and Stewie, pull up to prepare for their heist.
Look, they're going on a trip.
And we just caught a break. It's gonna make our job so much easier.
What was the original plan? Were you gonna rob the house with the family still in it?
Imagine the kitchen. They got two of them, and that's where they have the meat and the cupcakes. I've been away for a long time. That joint, they don't take care of you over the holidays. They give you, pasteurized turkey. You can't live on that stuff for the holidays.
You do realize that turkey is what people who are not in prison also eat for the holidays, right? Also, what's the problem with turkey being pasteurized? Isn't that the process where they remove bacteria? Do you like the taste of listeria? It turns out that the big guy Stewie is coincidentally afraid of dogs.
You think they got a dog? I'm telling you right now, if I see a dog, I'm gonna have an anxiety attack.
Have you heard a dog bark?
Wait, guys, come back, don't do this.
Bye, Susie.
I would love it if they thought that to get rid of the dog, they had to leave their entire house behind with the dog inside. So now that Zeus is home alone, he starts having fun. He eats food, makes a mess, watches a really old black and white dog show that's on TV for some reason.
Come, Zeus, drink from my well.
Wait a minute, do household objects talk too? Does every object in this world have a consciousness? So Zeus has actually been tormenting living things this entire time?
No!
Meanwhile, the family is spending time with Grandma, who the kids seem to hate.
What's the matter? Who's gloomy? Poor gloomy faces. Santa's not gonna like that or his elves, so somebody better smile.
Back at the house, the burglars try to confirm that nobody's home, and Zeus, suspecting that these guys are bad news, thinks quickly and starts playing the Teach Your Dog to Bark CD to scare them away.
We're coming back here in 2 hours. I got a plan for that dog.
I won't let these guys ruin Christmas. I'm gonna go out and get some help. And when these guys come back, they are gonna be sorry.
Wait, did they leave the door unlocked? Zeus just nudged it open. So Zeus goes out running for help, then runs into a tree bench. He wakes up in the cat lady's home, where he learns that she's actually a sweet old lady and is just misunderstood.
You just don't listen to those stories the kids tell. People get the wrong idea. I've noticed you don't bark. What are you afraid of?
Let's just say the last time I barked, something bad happened. It was my fault. Because of my barking, I blew a 5-year investigation.
How would a dog barking blow an investigation? And why would cops bring a dog on an investigation that could be ruined by barking? Well, my fellow cops, after 5 long years, I think we finally have enough physical evidence here to bring down this criminal organization. Hey, Chief, is that a bomb in the pile of evidence over there? It sure is, but don't worry, it's a bark-activated bomb. So as long as there's no barking nearby, it's safe. Hey, did I ever show you guys my pet squirrel? No, the evidence! Zeus, you ruined a 5-year investigation! Bad dog.
Because of my barking, I blew a 5-year investigation, and to top it off, my partner broke his trigger finger. He was never able to shoot straight again.
He was never able to shoot straight again, but we still let him keep his gun. Freeze! Back at Grandma's house, the family is also watching a super old TV show about dogs. Do the TV stations in this city play anything besides old-ass dog shows? Back at the house, the burglars return to start their break-in. I feel like this is kind of an odd product placement for Ford. Ford, the vehicle of choice for low-life crooks. And we learned that the fat guy Stewie not only loves food, but is so obsessed with food that it threatens to jeopardize their burglaries.
No funny business. Like that time on the Smith Street job when I walked in on you and you were raiding the refrigerator.
You know that whenever we pull a job, I get anxiety. And anxiety causes me to get A, gas, or B, hunger. What would you rather do? Me blow a couple farts or me eat a sandwich?
Blow a couple farts, obviously. If you stop to eat a sandwich in the middle of a burglary, the chances of you getting caught go way up. I don't think a burglary has ever been sabotaged by a fart, unless his farts are so loud that they like set off the house alarms. Also, if he knows he always gets hungry in the middle of a job, why doesn't he just like bring a granola bar or something?
What would you rather me do?
Stewie, no funny business.
No fanny business. That would be the stupidest term for farts. Fanny business. Why is the big guy even part of this operation? He's afraid of dogs, he has anxiety about burglarizing homes, and he loses control of himself in the middle of a job. So an hour into the movie, the home break-in finally starts, and the dog starts pulling out his little booby traps for the burglars. He starts off by dropping some Christmas ornaments on them.
The house was clear. And another.
Seen him leave, didn't we?
They think this might be one of the kids who's still at home.
They must have left one of the kids behind to watch them.
And for some reason, that doesn't cause them to turn around and leave immediately.
We go. Let's give you a little flower shower.
Okay, so far he isn't really hurting these guys. I mean, in Home Alone, Kevin set a man on fire, and that was one of the first things he did. Getting covered in flour doesn't really hurt, it's just kind of an inconvenience. Hey, numbskulls, take this! Haha, good luck washing that out of your clothes in less than 2 rinse cycles. So they decide to go around back and break in through the basement door instead. Probably a better idea than trying to get in through the upper level. You don't want to be a cat burglar when there's a dog in the house. Boo! They get inside and start sneaking through the house, and as they head upstairs, Stewie, you know, the fat guy, falls and slides down the stairs. Just to be clear, this isn't like a trap set up by the dog, and it's not like Stewie was covered in slime that would make him slippery or anything. This is just a man who can't walk upstairs. The people who made this movie are really stretching how much this guy's weight affects his ability to function in the world. Get it? He slides down the stairs because he's fat, and he slides upstairs by propelling himself with his farts. I mean, he's not that fat. It's not like he's one of those people from My 600-Pound Life. Also, Stewie doesn't really look any heavier than George, and George manages fine.
Here's a little gutter ball for ya.
Oh my god, what an escalation. Zeus went from covering them with flour to trying to crush them with bowling balls. All right, I take it back. This dog is pretty savage.
Stewie here. Don't be scared. I'm not gonna hurt you. As a matter of fact, I got a pork chop in my pocket with some cookies.
Given what they've established about how obsessed he is with food, I don't know if he's lying or telling the truth right now.
Fine.
Oh, he got me. Where's the kid?
There's nothing. No kid, no nobody.
Well, if there's no kid, then who sabotaged us?
Yours truly.
Look at this. What's that? Canine. A real police dog. I seen a whole special about these guys.
Okay, seriously, does anyone in this city watch any shows that aren't about dogs? Is that like all that's on TV? You turn on the local news to see a weather report and it's just a dog licking peanut butter off a spoon. Meanwhile, back at Grandma's house, the kids are really missing Zeus.
Mommy, I miss Zeusy.
Yeah, can we go get him?
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Mom, you always said no one should be home alone for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, Mom, you always said no one should be home alone too lost in New York for Christmas Eve. Well, he's not technically alone. He's at home with Grandpa.
Let's do it. All right. Let's.
Shh, don't wake up Grandma.
I like that right after saying no one should be alone for Christmas Eve, they all leave their grandma to be alone for Christmas Eve. No one should be alone for Christmas Eve. Except your grandma, she's annoying.
Wait for me.
Right. Found young.
Mom, Dad, when's Grandma gonna die? Back at the house, Stewie is, you guessed it, eating.
I told you no funny business. You're better than that, Stewie. Come on.
This is worse than the time I got dog-napped by that crazy clown who shot me out of a cannon twice a week for a month.
What? Show me that. That sounds like a way more interesting movie. I want to see the dog who got dog-napped by a crazy clown. You know, so far, every incident they've referenced from Zeus's past before the events of this movie is like 10 times more exciting than the events of this movie. If they ever made a prequel about Zeus's life, it would have to be like a big-budget action movie. As they start to head out of the house, Stewie is eating again. And before they make it out, the police notice the van parked outside and decide to check in on the home. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Stewie starts farting.
Hello? Anybody here? When I'm nervous, I pass gas. It's anxiety, you know. Cork it up.
Oh, you smell that, man?
You know, earlier he said if he eats, then he doesn't fart. He said it like it was an either-or thing. But now he's eating and farting at the same time. He lied back in that van. You know, the only thing worse than a farter is a lying farter.
What is that? Oh.
Yeah, we got a house here with a canine and a PU.
Let's get out of here.
Can we move you?
Yes.
You and your stomach.
Ted, that's not my stomach.
As they're trying to run away, Stewie accidentally falls on Ted and can't get up. Because you know how when a fat person falls down, they can't get up again? And Zeus finally musters up the courage to bark.
Let it out, Zeus! Think of the banisters and bark!
A series of wacky hijinks ensue as they try to capture Zeus again, and Ted accidentally shoots Stewie with a tranquilizer dart.
Let's go. Let's get out of here. No. Come on, Stewie. Wake up, Stewie.
Oh, come on. Just gotta get this. Yeah. Lights out. Sleep well, boys.
What the hell? Did the family just have a chandelier hanging by a rope, or did Zeus set up that contraption himself? You know, it's not really helping Zeus seem like an appealing pet when he's a complete dope about everything except harming humans. You know, when it comes to inflicting pain on human beings, he's a freaking genius.
We've got reports of a struggle at 5737 Red Maple.
Whoa, easy, dog.
Fellas, what took you so long?
Wait, the front door's unlocked? The burglars didn't do that. Did the family leave every door in this fucking house unlocked and then go on a trip? They really don't care that much about home security, do they? They don't have a home alarm, they leave doors unlocked.
Whoa, easy, dog. Whoa. Just calm down.
Why are these cops so terrified of a dog barking? Have they never met a dog before? Hey, whoa, careful, Johnson, careful. This is a real dog we got here. He ain't like the ones in the TV shows that we all watch for some reason.
If it wasn't for your dog, these guys would have gotten away.
I can't believe he's barking. You were right. He came through when it counted. Zeusy, you saved Christmas.
It's like you're the dog who saved the day.
Mr. Bannister, you know, we could really use a dog like Zeus down at the precinct.
Would you consider letting us adopt him? You know what, guys? We've been through so much with this dog that he's got to stay at Bannister.
You know, we could use a dog like Zeus. We've always got burglars breaking into the precinct and stealing our stuff. Well, I'm sorry, officers, but I think he's part of the family now. Give us the dog. Then the cat lady shows up and everyone realizes that she's actually very nice and sweet.
I'm Mildred. Nice to meet you finally.
You're welcome for eggnog if you'd like.
I guess cat ladies aren't pure evil after all. Well, that's the movie. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. No. You know what, actually? You know what the algorithm really likes nowadays? It likes when you watch another one of my videos. So if you like this video and you want to support me, watch another one of my videos. What else are you gonna do? Watch an episode of The Office that you've already seen 20 times? I have a video where I talk about a bad, low-budget Little Mermaid movie. So maybe check that one out. But also do hit the subscribe button because I'm trying to build a clubhouse of the coolest people on YouTube. So, yeah. Look who it is, Bob. Stewie, aka Fartsy Malone. What do you gotta say for yourself, Fartsy? Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. Come on, let's go.